Hi everyone. So in the last class we have seen about social responsibility and the arguments for and against social responsibility and the types of social responsibility and the responsibility towards different interest groups. So now we are going to see the environmental protection, business and the environmental protection. Okay. So the environment is defined as the totality of man's surroundings, both natural and man-made. Okay. These surroundings are also in the nature of resources that are useful for human life. The resources may be also be called natural resources like land, water, air, raw materials, etc. Okay. So man-made resources such as cultural heritage, then socio-economic institutions, etc. Then pollution. What is pollution? The injection of harmful substance into the environment is in fact largely the result of industrial production. Okay, this is what pollution. So pollution change the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of air, land and water. Pollution harms human life and the life of other species too. Now we will see what are the causes of pollution. Okay, so there is air pollution, water pollution, land pollution and even noise pollution. So air pollution. Air pollution is the result of combination of factors which lowers the quality of air. It is mainly due to the carbon monoxide emitted by automobiles which contributed to air pollution. Similarly, smoke and other chemicals from manufacturing plants manufacturing plants. Manufacturing plants pollute the air. Okay, so air pollution means not only from the carbon monoxide which is emitted by automobiles, but also from the smoke from other chemicals from the manufacturing plants, which is also polluting the air. Next is water pollution. So water becomes polluted primarily from chemical and waste dumping. So for years, business enterprises have been dumping waste into rivers, streams and lakes with little regard for the consequences. Water pollution has led to the death of several animals and posed a serious threat to the human life. Next is land pollution. Dumping of toxic waste on land causes land pollution. This damages the quality of land, making it unfit for agriculture or plantation. Restoring the quality of the land that has already been damaged is a big problem. Next is, and the last point is noise pollution. Noise caused by the running of factories and vehicles is not merely a source of annoyance, but it is also a serious health hazard. Noise pollution can be responsible for many diseases like loss of hearing, malfunctioning of the heart, and the mental disorder, etc. Hope you are clear with the environmental protection, pollution, then the causes of pollution. Now we are going to see what is the need for pollution control. Okay, so first is reduction of health hazards. We have seen what are the health hazards. Next is reduced risk of liability. Next is cost saving, and the last one is improved public image. Okay, so the next main topic in this chapter is business ethics. So from the social point of view, business exists to supply goods and services to the people. And from the individual point of view, the primary objective of the business is to earn profit. An enterprise may be good in terms of economic performance like revenue, cost and profit, but poor in terms of social performance like supplying products of reasonable quality and at reasonable prices. This raises the question of what is right or wrong from society's point of view. Okay? So the answer to this question is important because business enterprises are products of products and are influenced by the society. Now we will see what is the concept of business ethics. So ethics means character, norms, ideals or morals prevailing in a group or society. Ethics is concerned with what is right and what is wrong in human behavior. Okay? And business ethics concerns itself with the relationship between business objectives, practices, and techniques and the good of society. A few examples of business ethics are charging fair prices from customers, then using fair weights for measurement of commodities, then giving fair treatment to workers and and earning reasonable profits. All these are ethical performance. Okay. Now we are going to see the elements of business ethics. So first one is top management commitment. Top management has the crucial role in guiding the entire organization towards ethically upright behavior. They must give continuous leadership for developing and upholding the values of the organization. Second one is publication of a code. Enterprises with effective ethics programs to define the principles of conduct for the whole organization in the form of written documents, which is referred as code. This covers areas such as fundamental honesty and obeying the laws or rules, then product safety and quality, health and safety in the workplace, conflicts of interest, employment practices, fairness in selling and marketing practices, and financial reporting. Third one is establishment of compliance mechanism. Some examples for such mechanisms are paying attention to the values and ethics in recruiting and hiring, then emphasizing corporate ethics in training, then auditing performance regularly to analyze the degree of compliance, and instituting communication system to help employees report incidents of unethical behavior. And next, fourth point is involving employee at all levels. It is the employees at different levels who implement ethics policies to make ethical business a reality. So therefore, small group of employees can be formed to discuss the important ethics policies of the firm and examine attitudes of employees towards these policies. And the last point, fifth point, is measuring results. Although it is difficult to accurately measure the end result of ethics programs, the firm can certainly audit to monitor the compliance with ethical standards. So, all these are the elements of business ethics. Hope you understood what is ethics and what is business ethics and what are the objectives and what are the elements of business ethics. Thank you.